100 feet vertical down. I gotta admit, I was quite scared coming down here. After I got about 30 feet down, it's not a joke. This is serious. You guys risk your lives down here. It definitely gives me a pretty good insight on what these guys are doing. It's not a joke, this mining business. Check it out.
In the far south of Sri Lanka. At this mine shaft, the miners are digging 40 metres into the ground to extract from the host rock. The difference from alluvial mining is, instead of bringing the gems from the ground covered in dirt, mud and soil, the gemstones are actually extracted from the host rock. This can make the mining more difficult than with alluvial deposits, but it requires the same attention to detail. Miners go through one basket of crystals after another to assess the quality of the moonstone they've extracted. When it is retrieved, the raw material arrives at the surface, mixed with water to form a mineral soup, hopefully containing pieces of gem-quality moonstone. The resulting mixture of rock and mud is taken away to be washed, after which the moonstone crystals are separated and inspected for quality. Much of the time, a bucket load contains nothing of value, but in order to find each piece of moonstone, every bucket brought to the surface has to be carefully washed and inspected. Like most mining, the process is repetitive, and it can take a lot of work to find a piece of rough moonstone good enough to be sent to a cutting house. Like many gemstones, an interesting thing about moonstone is the effect it has had on local legends and traditions. For example, at Meteorgoda, local legend states that moonstone was created here at the point where moonlight and sunlight converge. My trip to Sri Lanka has certainly made me appreciate the value of gems even more, especially now that I've seen how much work is involved. From finding a piece of rough buried in the earth to a polished gem set in beautiful jewellery, patience and skill is required every step of the way. Like the eagle soaring above us, I watch and wait. In my case, in the hope of a lovely moonstone crystal being discovered. A characteristic of moonstone is its shimmer, also known as schiller. This is caused by the intergrowth of two different types of feldspar with different refractive indexes. Let's go over to the cutting house now and see how we can transform this into some beautiful jewellery. As with most types of rough, first it must be sliced to get it to the right size for faceting and to expose the high quality interior of the crystal. Much of the potential of each crystal is determined at this stage. With the first cut, the polisher has already established the eventual size and appearance of the finished moonstone. When polishing and faceting takes place, the inner beauty of moonstone slowly appears at the surface, as light is affected by the internal structure of the crystal. The special care needed to bring out the qualities of moonstone might help explain some of the beliefs that have grown around it. For example, moonstone is a prized gift for lovers, as it is believed to arouse tender passion. The way that light is reflected from any gem is influenced by the properties of different minerals. The shimmer or adventurescence of moonstone is the result of two different forms of the mineral feldspar, each having a different refractive index. And in order to achieve the most attractive play of colour, the shape of the moonstone must allow the light to enter and bounce back at the best angle. Because it maximises the shimmer effect, this is why moonstone is usually cut into a smooth dome called a cabochon. If the moonstone is of high enough quality, Mother Nature adds delightful hues to accentuate the work of the polishers. With an intense bright blue shimmer and a dazzling play of colour, Sri Lankan rainbow moonstone possesses all the best qualities of this exotic gem. However, it is becoming increasingly scarce, making Sri Lankan rainbow moonstone a must-have for any jewellery collection. At this cutting house in Gaul, I've been asking a little bit about the legends surrounding moonstone, and there is a lot of folklore. For example, the Romans believed moonstone to be a solid form of moonlight. In India, it was believed to be a sacred gem that would actually help to improve your love life. And in antiquity, the men used to take moonstone and place them on their tongues and dance under a full moon at night time because they believed then it would help them to foresee the future. Some new myths I found out is that Muslim women wear moonstone in their clothes because they believe it to help ward off evil and also to help them to conceive. Another great one is that moonstone is often planted into the ground to help the crops grow. Now this is really interesting because feldspar is a German word which translates to fieldstone. Sri Lankan moonstone is often of such quality that it can be cut as a faceted gemstone as well as a cabochon. This is due to its stunning clarity and intense play of colours. These characteristics make Sri Lankan moonstone quite unique, and since its intense blue shimmer is accentuated when seen against skin tones, moonstone jewellery remains highly coveted by gem lovers around the globe.